All right, so now we're going to start our second half of today's summer camp session. And like we've started every day or every afternoon session off with show and tell, we're going to do the exact same thing today. Yesterday, when I told you all to that our theme was things that starts with the letter D, I didn't think it was going to be as hard as it was. I was running around like, what starts with the letter D? And I kind of wanted to like pluck myself for choosing that theme, but I did find something, and it is a nail dryer. I just purchased this because I'm used to going to get my nails done every 2 weeks or so. And once being placed on a stay-at-home order, I noticed that my nails were a mess. So I went on to Amazon and I purchased a nail dryer that came with a bunch of what are they called? Gel nail polishes. So that's what I brought for show and tell. It's very small. I have to do like 2 or 3 fingers at a time because of how small it is, and it takes a long time to dry because the light doesn't have a lot of power, but it worked nonetheless. So here's my item. Who would like to go next? I'm interested to see what you all bring to the table.
Okay, so I brought.
Kalia, you're on. I see you talking, but I can't hear you. Am I the only one? You can hear her?
I can hear her.
Okay, sorry. My volume was down. I'm sorry. All right, good. Go ahead, Kalia. Sorry.
But I brought to show and tell a door.
That is so funny. What is the door? Is that the door to your room?
That's the front door.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. That was very creative. I didn't think of that. All right. Anyone else?
I brought my drills.
Okay.
I make so many things with these drills.
All right, cool, Mr. Topher. I have a bookshelf that I am not able to cover. I'll those materials off to you. Think you can help me out?
Maybe. When the pandemic is maybe past.
All right. Anyone else? I saw Mr. Marcelo.
So I have these like ducks, these like rubber ducks that I used when I was younger. Like when I was take a bath, I would always praise them. Like I don't use them anymore, but like yeah, it's such a little duckies.
Oh, cool. Thank you for sharing your rubber duckies. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Anyone else? All right, Miss Juliana, thank you.
I just thought of this right now when I was looking at words that start with the letter D. I have a dress, so this is what I'll show. This is the dress I wore for my high school graduation.
Oh, nice.
That's so pretty.
Love the color and the lace.
Yeah, it's really nice. I should find a reason to wear it again because I don't think I've worn it since the graduation. So.
All right, maybe a nice little birthday dinner or.
Yeah, my birthday's in the winter though, so.
Oh man.
I need to put a sweater over it.
All right. Well, I can wear it if I can borrow it. My birthday is coming up.
All right, I'll put it in a box and send it to you.
Thank you. All right, and Miss Daniela.
I have a deck of Uno cards.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? You guys are good. It took me a while to figure out what started with letter G.
Mr. Topher, this is Mr. BJ. I also brought my drill. I think it's something when you become part of the dad age band that you have to pick up.
Buddies! Let's go!
I had to shout out the VLP. I actually learned how to use a drill working for the VLP for one of our STEM projects a couple years ago. So shout out to the VLP for that. Anyone else that would like to go?
Bad energy, by the way. I just want to be clear. Drills are not gender specific.
It's okay. All right.
Dad vibes, but not dad specific, I would say.
Would anyone else like to share their item that starts with the letter D? All right. Did anyone pick up laundry detergent? I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that. All right. Well,
I think Khalil just said he wanted to share.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Or
Miss Amber.
Tommy. That was Tommy.
Oh, Tommy.
He said
Okay.
me.
I have to say the first is a D. That's my drill.
Is that a drill also, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Good. All right. Thank you to everyone who shared. If you want to go, please raise your hand before we move on. All right. So for Monday's show and tell, you don't need anything. Khalil, I see your mic is off. Would you like to share?
Can I share?
Go ahead, baby. Sure.
So what I got for show and tell is a toy dinosaur.
Oh, that's good. Good. Any chance we can see the dinosaur? Your camera isn't on.
Okay, I'll turn it on.
Thank you for being open-minded.
Dang. Oh, this is a toy dinosaur. Well,
Okay. What's the name of that dinosaur? What's the name of it? What kind of dinosaur is it? Oh. Anyone know? I don't know the names of dinosaurs. Like the T-Rex is the only one I know of. All right. Thank you for sharing. Like I said on I was about to say, on Monday, you don't have to prep anything. Thanks to Mr. Topher. Sorry. It'll be a fun activity that I will announce the day of. Okay, so you don't have to bring anything to show and tell Monday. I know Kennedy wanted to share her collectible items. Would you like to still share, Kennedy? Okay, all right. Thank you. So we're going to move right on to cooking, which is my favorite part of our day. What's the theme? Anybody remember the theme that we've been focusing on for cooking?
Desserts.
It has to do with a lot of sugar. Yes, thank you, Sydney. Ice cream. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about ice cream before we move on to our next theme for next week. Has anyone ever, how is ice cream made? Where is it made? Anyone know?
At the turkey factory.
Good. Thank you, Tommy. All right, so we're going to learn more about where ice cream is made and how it is made in our next video. So, Mr. DJ, when you are ready, please play the video for us. While you are watching this video, our discussion question will be your favorite ice cream flavor. I'd like for you all to share that with us. So please think about that while you're watching this video.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. Make me drink.
Make ice cream treats. You first have to make the ice cream. It all begins with fresh cream. The factory stores it in refrigerated silos set just a few degrees above freezing.
I thought I muted myself.
The cream with other ingredients. The main dry ingredients are powdered skim milk and plant-based stabilizers and emulsifiers. Stabilizers prevent the ice cream from crystallizing, and emulsifiers allow the mix to bond with air during the whipping process. The other ingredients are sugar and corn syrup. After about 3 minutes of mixing, a pumping system moves the mixture into pasteurization tanks and heats it to 162 degrees for half an hour, killing any bacteria and activating the stabilizers. Then the factory homogenizes the mixture, a process that breaks up the fat globules, giving the ice cream a smooth texture. The mixture is cooled and concentrated vanilla flavoring is added. Then the concoction is chilled and whipped for about 15 seconds. Whipping blends the mix with air, transforming it from liquid to a soft solid without air. The finished product would come out looking like frozen milk rather than ice cream if it wasn't whipped. The ice cream sandwich wafers are made of chocolate cake ingredients. A filling machine feeds 2 lines of wafers toward an injection pipe. Just as 2 wafers come together, the machine injects 1/3 of a cup of vanilla ice cream in between the pipe's head, fits the ice cream into a rectangular slab that fits perfectly between the wafers. All this happens at a rate of 140 ice cream sandwiches per minute. As the sandwiches move on to packaging, the filling is still ice cold from the freezing phase, so there is no threat of meltdown. The packaging system raises each sandwich into a wrapper, then folds and tucks the ends. The next machine counts the sandwiches and inserts them into boxes. Once sealed, the boxes go directly into a storage freezer at -22 degrees. On another line, ice cream cone production is underway. A feeder drops pre-wrapped sugar cones in a holder on a conveyor belt. Sprayers coat the insides with a chocolatey layer, which add flavor and creates a barrier between the cones and ice cream, so the cone remains crispy until you eat it. Next, nozzles squirt in the ice cream filling. 1 production line, 2 flavors. 1 row gets vanilla ice cream, the other chocolate. Now for a tasty surprise in the cone's core, an injection of liquid caramel. This factory also makes chocolate and strawberry sauce inside. Next, a chocolate-flavored liquid topping. Then the crunchy finishing touch, a layer of chocolatey-coated puffed rice. Finally, the cones move under a lid dispenser that applies a wax-coated paper lid to each one. A heating element instantly melts the wax, sealing the lids to the cone's paper sleeve. From here, the ice cream cones go into boxes, then straight into the freezer, ready to take a licking.
All right, that was the end of our cooking video. Does anyone have any thoughts or reflections or any questions after watching the video? Does anyone remember how many ice cream sandwiches are made in 1 minute?
140?
Yes, good job, Kalia. Yep, 140 ice cream sandwiches in just 1 minute. Those machines work really, really hard. And I know the next time I eat an ice cream sandwich or an ice cream cone, I'll make sure I take my time to honor those machines that work really quickly. All right, now let's share out our favorite ice cream flavor. I know that I mentioned yesterday, I can't remember the exact name, but it is a salted caramel core brownie ice cream by Ben & Jerry's. Would anyone like to go next?
Mine is vanilla with caramel on it or cookie dough.
I love the caramel. All right, Mr. DJ said cookie dough. Oh, I think I've had that once, the BLP for our ice cream. Okay, I have to go get some of that. I haven't had that in a very long time. The honey graham flavored ice cream. Anyone else? Mr. Marcelo, what's your favorite?
I love strawberry. Strawberry's my go-to.
Okay, all right, cool. Miss Juliana?
Mine is either I like Rocky Road, like a chocolate based one, or I always get like kind of the weird like floral flavors, like the ones that are like rose flavored or like lavender and honey. I think those are really good. They're always good.
Okay. All right. I'll have to try one of those. Mr. Topher?
There was one ice cream shop that was open for a minute right next to Hopkins up in Charles Village, and they had really bizarre experimental things. And
Okay.
I had I think it was cucumber ice cream, and I was like, well, I can't not get this because nobody is going to be crazy enough to ever do this. And it tasted so good. It was so weird. I don't even like cucumber that much, but it's just like it was this freshness to it that it tasted just like, I don't know, it was amazing. And I'm probably never going to have it again. No, it really wasn't. It wasn't that. It was like this sweet kind of like almost like a lime ice cream flavor, and then the cucumber is just, I don't know. It was like tasting sweet water.
All right, that's interesting.
That's
All
weird.
right, thank you. Khalil, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor is, well, I can't eat ice cream.
Okay.
And milk ice cream.
Say it again.
Almond milk ice cream.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, Tommy, what about you? I think you shared in the chat cookie dough ice cream, right? Miss Juliana, can you check on that for me? Miss Dixon, what about you? Okay, I thought so. All right, Miss Dixon, what about you? What's your favorite ice cream flavor, Kennedy?
Vanilla.
Okay, vanilla, classic. Miss Oriana, how about you? Cookie dough? Oh my goodness, okay. All right, Skylar, did she share in the chat, or can you unmute yourself and share? What is your favorite ice cream flavor? You can unmute yourself, Skylar, or you can write an answer in the chat. All right, vanilla, thank you. And last but certainly not least, Asmi, can you share with us your favorite ice cream flavor? You can unmute yourself or chat or type in the chat.
Chocolate.
Okay, all right. Mr. DJ, I didn't skip you, did I? Did I skip you?
I said cookie dough in the chat.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, everyone shared who wanted to share out loud, correct? All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna move into our science unit or subject. But let me ask you this question. Has anyone ever had, raise your hand if you've ever had a bug crawl on you? Bug, spider, okay. All right, did you like it? Nod your head, yes or no? All right, well, let me ask you this. Do you know that you have bugs all on your face right now? Mr. DJ, they're puzzled, they're confused. Let's show them this video so they can learn more about the bugs that live on their face.
Hey, you see this tape on our foreheads? It's part of a science challenge that you can do as well.
That's right.
It's known as the Face
Might
Challenge. Hey, Comanita here, and I have a special guest with me today, Trina Espinoza. How should people call you, though?
You should call me Miss Beautifile.
Awesome. What do you do on your channel?
I like to demystify beauty with science.
If you head on over to her channel after watching this video, you can see a really cool episode about the stuff that she found in her inspired makeup.
That's right. Might surprise you.
Speaking of might surprise, this is the Face Might Challenge.
We're going on an adventure to find tiny animals that live on our skin. You might have heard of them. They're smaller than a grain of salt, have 8 legs, live in our pores, snack on our dead cells, and slurp up the oil from our skin. They go through their entire life cycle using our bodies as their neighborhood. They're called Demodex mites, and guess what? Everybody has them. Here are the supplies you'll need to find your mites.
You'll need some tape, slides.
And in order to look at the slides, you'll need a microscope.
Mike, what if they don't have a microscope at home?
Well, you can get one of these.
Oh, it's cute. It's a pocket microscope.
And you can find these online for about $5 to $10. And the last part of the puzzle, the pair of scissors to cut the tape with. Do I have permission to extract the mites?
Yes.
Awesome. Can we high five on that one?
All right, woo!
Bam! So to get started with the challenge, it's really simple. Just take a piece of tape, put it on your forehead, and make sure it's on really good. And this isn't limited to just your face. You can put it on your chest,
Your back?
maybe forearms. You're gonna leave that tape there for a long time. It's best to do it overnight because the mites are active when it's dark.
Wait for 12 to 24 hours.
You take that tape,
Oh my god, that actually hurt. Oh, I can feel your hair come off with that.
I don't have that much chest hair. It's too much.
It's your chest. Don't mix them up.
Chest
Don't
hair.
mix up the slides. I'm really hold on.
You take that tape, put it onto a slide, and slide the slide under the microscope.
Hey, Mike, let's do a slide swap and check out each other's results.
Ah, I found one. No way. It's a little one. I wonder if it's a Demodex brevis. Oh my gosh.
The toughest part about finding face mites is finding the mites for the first time. And we're looking at Trina's slide, and we're not finding a single mite.
So the results are in. How many mites did we find on Trina?
None.
How about on me?
Lots.
I never thought I'd be proud to have like things living on me and in me.
It was really exciting to see your mites though. There's like these little chubby things, or the little feet are like waving around. It's great.
Now, this might happen to you and you shouldn't feel bad, right? Like, how do you feel?
Well, I felt bummed out, but I figured maybe I could just try again, maybe next week, and see if I can find them or try a different place, right?
Yeah, and that's what science is about. Science can be slow, but it's also exciting. Like, you should have saw her face. She found the mites on me. I have a lot of mites to give. Would you like some?
I would love some of your mites. Thank you so
Bring it
much.
in. There you go. So we hope that you try the challenge and share it on social media.
Yeah, do it on your Facebook, your Instagram.
Snapchat.
That's right, Twitter.
Everything. And also leave comments on this video about your adventure. And then head on over to Trina's channel. So exciting. Tell her right here that I sent you, that we sent you.
All right, so what do y'all think about those mites? I noticed that Miss Amber said that she spent a lot of time, you know, a lot of money ensuring that she doesn't have any pores, and that's where they typically live, in our pores. Just some common facts or some fun facts for you all. Follow the ice cream conversation. We no longer want ice cream. So Demomites, they are more commonly found on on the face of males or the skin of males than females. And I assume because we are spending time doing facials and cleaning our face and masks that we use and serums and all the other things. But they are, and also they're only they're typically found in people ages 20 to 30. Or I say more common, and they eat our dead skin cells and oils. And I know somebody mentioned, I don't know who, but are they helpful or not? Or maybe they are helpful. I think that they are helpful. I tend to get a lot of oil all on my face, so I don't mind them eating up that oil. Mr. Topher, did you want to add on?
I'm just remembering the video with the worms and the birds, and I have empathy for these mites. And you know, they need to eat, and I'm gonna, you know, let them do work that I don't have to do now. And that's like kind of also a little relationship that we can have. And I can just not think about things I can't see.
Right. I will also add that we aren't born with these mites. it's said that we get them from, rubbing our face, or our parents rubbing their faces on us when we're babies, hugging people. I know I can remember times when I'm like with my best friend and I like put my cheek on hers. So those, like, we're all connected because of our mites. So that's that's where we get them from, just a close connection with other people. And then they hang around, our eyes, our nose, our forehead, anywhere that there's hair follicles. They like to eat that oil that is produced from those glands. It's called sebum. All right.
Pretty cool.
You learned something cool about mites. Those mites on your face.
And a big part of this too is that they like to eat the stuff that might attract bacteria and diseases later. And they kind of keep you, so when you get that from your parents, they're passing a little bit of their immunity down to you. And especially in times like this, we're worried about that all the time. Like, there are things that are already on us that we might find creepy, but they form this weird protective little barrier. And it's kind of cool how we can share that with each other. Miss Amber.
Thank you. I agree. Would anyone like to share or reflect on the video that we just watched before we move on? All right, cool. I think that's cool that we have those little insects on our face that we don't know about, or parasites, I should say. All right, well, let's move right along. And I will say that our videos are kind of short for our lessons today, so we will go back to do our mindful moment after fitness. So let's get on up and get ready for fitness, so that way we can get our bodies moving, wake up, and so stand up, y'all. Let's go. You will need books. So today is our book break. So grab your books. Miss Amber, get those dictionaries. Mr. Topher, go find your 2 books that, well, maybe we don't need books. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey guys, my name is Brian Linton. I'm currently a pitcher on the baseball team, and I'm going to show you some leg exercises today. Hey guys, first exercise today are body weight squats. So you're just going to put your arms out, squat down. You can do this for 30 seconds. Second exercise today are jumping squats. Same as body weight, but this time you're going to jump off the ground. And you do it for 30 seconds. Third exercise are burpees. You're gonna do a jump squat like you just did, and then get down and jump back up. You do that for 30 seconds. Hey guys, thanks for watching and make sure to check out the other videos.
Whew!
I don't know about y'all, but my legs are burning.
Never
my
skip
gosh.
leg day.
Oh, then he said 30 minutes. I agree. 30 seconds. Where did he get 45 from? Oh my goodness. Please grab your drink of water. I have to get more. Oh my goodness. All right, so it's actually a good thing that we're about to go into our mindful moment. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. Am I the only one? Oh my goodness. All right, okay. All right, so now we're gonna get into our mindful moment to do some breathing exercises to cool us down. Mr. DJ, when you are ready.
Of course. All right, my friends. We are going to start out with our friend Mojo. If you recall, Mojo was having some problems with stories that he told about himself getting out of control. We're going to see the wrap up to this terrible day in Mojo history. Let's see if he can turn it around. And then we're going to do some exercises to kind of get our minds in the right places so that we can stay in control of our stories.
Mojo's stories had gotten out of control at field day. They were about to eat him for breakfast, but then... Who are you?
I'm Mongoose Man.
Does that mean you're half mongoose and half man?
No time for chit-chat, kid. We got a story snake to deal with.
You can fight the snake? How?
Remember your story, Mojo?
Yeah. I said spilling the ice creams would make everyone hate me.
How'd you feel when you told that story?
Pretty bad. I don't want to have no friends and be a jobless biker rebel.
Then change it, Mojo. Change it into a better story. When I was young, I lost my parents in a mall. Didn't know where they were. First, I imagined I'd have to live alone in the mall forever. It felt pretty bad to think about that. But then, I imagined that losing my parents made me harder, determined to fight injustice, and also snakes. And I became the Mongoose Man.
That's great, but what do I do against my snake?
Just think of a story that'll make you feel good when you hear it. Just start by saying, what if?
What if the melted ice cream seeps into the grass and then it grows into ice cream plants?
You gotta believe it could really happen and still make you feel good.
Well, what if no one saw because they were too busy with other things? Maybe someone in class doesn't like ice cream and they don't even care.
If I've learned one thing about story snakes, it's that when you get down to it, they're just full of hot air.
And maybe my friends don't care no matter what I did, because my friends always stand by me.
Okay, my little mongoose. Dinner time. Not now, Mom. I'm Mongoose Man.
He's the hero we deserve. But what I really need right now is some food. And, as if on cue, Mojo and Katie heard the familiar voice of the teacher. Hey everyone, guess what I found? She'd found a box of ice pops, and there were plenty to go round. Soon, no one even remembered that Mojo had spilled the ice creams. What kinds of positive stories have you told yourself lately? Do you think they can really overcome your negative stories? And what positive story could you tell about the rest of your day right now?
All right, so that is the end of our 3-part story with Mojo and his little snake stories. Can anyone summarize what happened in this video with Mojo and his snake stories?
First, Mojo, it was, he was in his room and a thief, I think, a superhero or something, and then a snake came and they was talking about how the popsicles he made, he could make them into like a tree, but you gotta believe in it. And the main idea of it is if you believe in it, then it might come true.
All right, thank you, Kennedy, for sharing. There's a word that I'm looking for that it means to be hopeful and have confidence in the future. Does
Determined.
anyone say it again?
Determined.
Not the word I'm looking for, but yes, thank you. Anyone else? You know the word I'm looking for?
Positive?
Not the word that I'm looking for, but you have to have a positive mindset in order to, Miss Amber?
Optimistic?
Yes, yep, that's the word that I'm looking for. Yep. So that means to be hopeful and have confidence in the future and that something good is going to come out of it. And Mojo, he did show optimism throughout the story. All right, so is there a time can anyone share a time when they were optimistic about something? I know I have a couple stories as it relates to school and teaching curriculum and meeting kids and everything like that. Does anyone have a story that they can share when you were hopeful and confident about the future? I'm not moving on. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say I'm not moving on until I have at least one person share.
Optimism makes me think about what I was sort of feeling like back in March when school suddenly shut down. So I work in the library, and like my whole life is in the library. And when on that Thursday before the stay-at-home order, I had heard it on the news before I heard it from anybody else that schools were going to get shut down. So immediately I started telling myself really scary stories about what this all meant for me, for my other friends who were teachers at the school, and for like our students. I started well, they're going to miss out on all this learning, and oh man, how am I going to be able to reach them outside the library? But the next day I kind of sat down with it once I was done being surprised, and I started telling myself, well, maybe the library doesn't have to live in the library. Maybe school doesn't have to live in school. Maybe where we can invent a new kind of school, a new kind of community outside of school, and it'll be, if not better, at least it will make our entire school experience better once we're able to come back into school. We'll have this whole outside world. So we spent the rest of the year trying to make that, and maybe having some successes and some failures. But the whole time we all thought together, maybe school doesn't have to live in school. Maybe school is bigger than school. And I think we found that by the time summer came along. So I think that's how optimism helped my school out this year.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. I appreciate that. Would anyone else like to share? Preferably an adult. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, this might be a little bad. This might be a bad story about. So I believe that if I put up an umbrella in the house, nothing will happen. Like a year later, anything I wanted to happen, it did not happen. Anything I didn't want to happen, it happened.
Thank you for sharing, Tommy. That goes back to you telling yourself those stories. You can't keep telling yourself those negative stories.
No, it actually happened in real life.
It actually happened in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that you had to experience that, but just try to speak positive things about yourself and into your life, so that way, you'll be able to overcome some of those obstacles and get through those. Okay, so try to just keep pouring love into yourself and keep pouring positive vibes. And I'm always sending positive vibes. So can we all send positive vibes to Tommy's way? Send him positive vibes. All right, I thought Mr. Topher was saying something else.
But now it's over.
Good. All right, good. Thank you.
7 years has passed.
Thank you. All right. So now we're going to we have a couple minutes before it is time for our enrichment. So we're going to do a mindful activity and then play a couple of games until our enrichment instructor, DJ Chariz, arrives, okay? All right, so Mr. DJ, when you're ready, let's meditate and have a mindful moment. You all, get ready, sit in your chairs, and get ready to do some breathing exercises.
And 5.
Please make sure that your mic is muted.
Outside to a beautiful park. What do you see? Trees, the sun. Maybe the wind is blowing. Let's go and sit on the bench under the tree. Let us close our eyes if we can and observe our body. Our body is like a tree. It grows and it is strong. Let us take 3 deep breaths. Let us extend our hands out and stretch our fingers like the branches of the tree. Let's wiggle our fingers and move from side to side as if we were blowing in the wind. Our breath is like the wind. It flows in and out. And now, with the wind blowing, let's be like the wind and take 2 big, slow breaths. Breathing in and breathing out, blowing out the wind. Breathing in and breathing out, blowing out the wind. We have a sun within us that is smiling right now, and it makes our body warm. It shines on our beautiful tree, and we feel our body. Try and feel any sensations in your fingers. Now, try and feel your toes. The sun warms the wind, and we feel our body breathing. Can you feel your belly moving up and down? Can you feel the air flowing in and out of your beautiful body? And with the sun up high in the sky, brightening and warming the whole world, you too can warm the world with your smile and with your kindness. Smile a little right now. A smile that is warm and gentle. Think of someone who can use a little kindness, like your sister or brother, or a friend, or your teacher. And as you think of them, wish for them. May you be happy. Imagining them smiling like the sun. Now, as you sit there, wish for yourself. May I be happy. Smile again. And as you smile like the sun, feel your body sitting tall like a tree. And feel your breath blowing like the wind. And then, gently open your eyes and look around. You are amazing.
All right. I hope that after that exercise, you all are feeling more relaxed. Miss Juliana, I love what you did with your hat. All right. Repeat after me. It is my birthright to be happy.
It is my
birthright to be happy.
All right. Please remember that. It is your birthright to be happy. You are amazing. Each and every one of you are beautiful. All right. We have
I'm sorry, Miss Kirsten, before we get into another activity, can I share this video about speaking kindness into the world? And I found it made me chuckle a lot, and it was all about words that we don't say enough, that maybe we could say more to make this world a little brighter. Hold on, let me get this started. All right, here we go, my friends. I hope you enjoy it.
We should say more often. Number 20, thank you. And not just on Thanksgiving, every day. Number 19, excuse me. Number 18, here's a surprise corn dog that I bought you because you're my friend. There'll be more corn dogs and more happy people. This is a good idea. Corn dog for you, corn dog for you, corn dog for you. Number 17, I'm sorry. Number 16, I forgive you. Number 15, you can do it! But don't say it if it's something I can't do. Number 14, another thing that we should say more often, I have barbecue sauce in my shirt too. Before you say something about the barbecue sauce on somebody else's shirt, take a look at the barbecue sauce on your own shirt. Number 13, please. Number 12, everything is going to be okay. Number 11, oh, you got me a corn dog too? You shouldn't have, buddy. Number 10, I don't know. I know a lot of people who need to say that. My sister. Number 9, you're so awesome, I named my dog after you. Oh, wait. That could hurt someone's feelings. I mean, boat. I named my boat after you. Wait, who even has a boat? You're so awesome, I legally changed my name to yours. Wait, that's super creepy. Just tell people they're awesome and mean it. Number 8, hello, person I've never met before. Here's a high five. Number 7, my sports team is not always the best sports team. It takes a big man to say that. Number 6, nothing. Sometimes that's the best thing you can say. Number 5. Doesn't mean anything, but it's just really funny. Number 4. I disagree with you, but I still like you as a person who is a human being, and I'll treat you like that. Because if I didn't, it would make everything bad, and that's what lots of people do, and it's lame. Whew, I need a water break, y'all. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be mean. Number 3. Sometimes you just gotta scream. Number 2. Life is tough, but so are you. Sometimes we all need to be reminded to keep going. Number 1. Something nice. Anything. If you can't think of anything nice to say, you're not thinking hard enough. So what about you? What do you think people should say more often? Leave a comment below and let's hear it. Oh, and I got a bonus one for you. Something that we should say more often? Let's dance.
Soul pancake.
Oh, I love that kid. He looks exactly like I did when I was a kid.
Yes, Kid President is. Oh, come on. Go ahead, Kennedy. Kennedy, do you have something you want to share? All right, maybe not. Kid President is awesome. I recently researched him or just like looked up newer videos, and I found out that he is coming back to YouTube. He took a little break, but now he's on his way back. He's much taller, much older, and he's going to do something a little different where he travels to share and spread love and kindness. So I'm really excited about
DJ.
President coming back to us.
DJ, are you Kid President?
No comment.
That was funny. It wasn't funny, Mr. DJ. I'm sorry. All right. But if you have time, please look up some Kid President videos on YouTube with your parents' permission and check out all of his cool videos. We have about 6 minutes until it is time for our enrichment. Shall we play? Oh, what is this, Mr. Topher?
It's great that you ask. What is this? Does anybody know what vegetable that is?
Cucumber.
It is a cucumber. This is a cucumber. What's that on its head? What is that on its head? Well, this is a cucumber flower because fruits and vegetables, when they grow, this little pistil and all the little flower parts in there, when they grow, they start as little flowers on the branch. And when they start as little flowers on the branch, some of them just stay as flowers, and some of them grow a little bump in between the flower and the stem. And then that just gets bigger and bigger, and this flower goes away, and it becomes the fruit. Do you want to see one when it's really small? Yeah, okay, let's go. All right, so I set up my router next to the back of my house just so I could take you outside and show you a part of my garden. Okay. All right, if it gets choppy, I'm sorry, but check this out. This is my garden. So I built all that. Hope y'all can see. And right here, crawling up this trellis here, is a cucumber plant. So we just picked these cucumbers right off of this guy right here. And if you, hopefully you can see, hopefully you get the camera on this. If you look, see that flower there?
Can you lift the camera up just a little bit?
That good?
There you are. Yep, thank you.
Right there, can you see that little bump? Yeah. That little bump is going to become a cucumber. This is the female flower, and the rest of them are just little male flowers. There's another one at the top there, if you can see. The rest of these flowers are mostly just little male flowers that are going to become flowers and have a little pollen in them and then, fall off. But as it's crawling up, more and more female flowers will grow, and then little bugs will fly between them, and it'll become a full-fledged cucumber, and they'll be hanging all across this guy. And so later in the summer, I'll take y'all out here, and you can see as this garden gets bigger, those are going to become peppers, hot peppers, tomatoes. We have pumpkins in the back. This is kale and all sorts of other veggies. And I am super excited. I built this whole thing. This is called an arbor or a trellis. And I built that so I could grow these. I just planted this a week ago. Those are grapes. That one gets so tall and cover this entire building. And it's going to be covered in grapevines. And I'm going to, in about 2 years, I'll be able to reach up, pluck a grape, and eat it. And I live a couple blocks from the VLP. I'm doing this all in our neighborhood. This is stuff that you can do too.
Wow, Mr. Topher, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Please, so basically I have to walk around the VLP neighborhood and look for a backyard that is similar to yours. Oh, that's so cool. All right.
There are a couple backyards doing this kind of stuff. It's really awesome.
Okay.
You have great soil around here. It's just got some lead in it.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm excited to see what it becomes in the next couple of weeks. All right. So now we're going to head into our enrichment. Hello, Mr. Chris. How are you? We cannot hear you. Okay. I'm excited to participate in this enrichment. And I look forward to learning or reading some stories or listening to some stories incorporated with some music. Is that what we're doing today? All right, I'm looking forward to it. Mr. Topher, there's a question in the chat. Can you eat the flower?
You can totally eat those flowers. You can eat them raw. You can steam them. You can fry them. There's also a bunch of flowers along there. I don't know if you saw those big, tall red ones and the ones in between them. Those are poppies and nasturtiums. And you can just put your mouth down and eat them right off the stem.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of salads in this house that we pick from the backyard.
I had a question about the male and female cucumbers. Do they taste different? Is one slightly sweeter than the other?
Well, the idea is that the female flowers become cucumbers and the male flowers stay flowers. And pollinators like butterflies, bees, all sorts of different types of little bugs that fly around, they'll land on the male flower. And you remember those little yellow, these little guys inside here? They're covered in pollen. They'll land there and their legs just get pollen all over them. And these little yellow dots, they get stuck. And then they fly back and forth between flowers, and they'll land on the female one, and it'll pollinate them.
Okay.
So it's all even on the same plant. And when it pollinates, that's when the female flower goes from the little bud to a full cucumber.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's very interesting. Thank you for our lesson today. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hope you appreciate cucumbers a little bit more now.
Yes, definitely. I just learned, or I just saw a new recipe with cucumbers cut up with some apples, drizzled with some raspberry dressing. So I just went and bought, I actually need some cucumbers, but I'm going to go buy some cucumbers. I bought some apples and some raspberry dressing that I'm going to hopefully eat as a salad one day this week. Wow.
We just picked these off of the other plant in our garden that we then had to pull up, but this is what they're going to look like. They're huge.
Wow. They are huge.
Yeah. One's a squash.
You're lucky. All right, Mr. Kariz, how are you doing? Still can't hear you. I can start singing if y'all want me to. I believe I can fly. I'll leave the singing to Miss Amber. Just joking. Don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. Of all teams, I know.
I need to
That was
know
the first
when.
thing I can think of. We can hear you. Good job.
Okay,
Thank you
okay,
for your
okay.
relentless effort.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a lot of audio equipment and stuff hooked up here, and I'm like, okay, still working through the kinks of this whole virtual learning thing. Thank you for being so patient. I've been here for the last hour dealing with some technical stuff. So, how's everybody doing today?
So good. Eating fruits and veggies.
All right. So I do have I want to just introduce who do we have in the room today? Let's see here. Let's get a feel. We got Kennedy. We have Danielle. Okay, Danielle, Danielle, Julian, okay. All right. Is that Marcelo? Marcelo. My name is Marcel. Cariz is like my artist name, but my birthday is Marcel. So we have the same name. I want to make sure I get all your pronounce your names right. Upoma. How do you say that? How do we say that name?
Asmi, would you like to pronounce your name, sweetheart?
All right, we have, looks like a Khalil, Kalia, Sydney, Skylar, Oriana. Okay. So, guys, we are going to have some fun in these next weeks. So, what I have here, I have a bunch of equipment here. This drum machine here is what I use to sample your voices here. And this right here, trying to hold it up on my face here. This here is, I sample you guys' voices in these pads, and I can sample the audio, and then we're going to use the word audio and not sound, all right? Because audio is the technical term for when you're speaking about equipment and things like that. So we're going to be sampling your voices, and we're going to read a story. Now, these stories we're reading are for little kids younger than you. So think of it like, it's going to be more of an audio book, okay? And with this book, each person is going to pretty much read a line or read a paragraph and whatever you're pretty much comfortable with, and we'll get a feel for whatever, how everybody's delivery skills are. When I say that, can you still hear me? Am I still on? Okay, cool. Making sure, because I keep seeing my signal going in and out here. So we're going to, when I say delivery and vocal delivery, I work in a recording studio. I have been for a while now. And, you have some people who, let's think about far as music, right? And there's good delivery and there's bad delivery. When you're speaking up in the classroom and you're speaking to people, there's good delivery and there's bad delivery, right? So an example of a really good delivery would be, I'm going to read a piece of the story. And I did this shared screen thing earlier, and I'm trying to, okay.
I was going to say that your camera is also off, so we can't see your face.
Oh, you can't see my face. Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
You could see it at first, but something you did.
Okay, something happened. Okay,
yeah.
let me put me back on here. What did I do here? Okay, hold on. Yeah, so you guys can still hear me though, right? My camera's about to come back on, so.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to read a piece of a story about a giraffe, and this story is about 15, not even really 15 pages long, and I'm going to just dive right into it because I know we only have a half hour, and this is more of an introductory day of you guys kind of understanding what we're going to be doing, and hopefully we get a chance to record something today. All right, so a bad delivery in reading would be something like this. Once upon the time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. So I said, Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Now, can anybody tell me what was wrong, maybe with the way I read that sentence? Let's go with Marcelo.
I felt like you could put like more emotion or voice or like just put more like a feeling into it maybe.
Okay, I like that. Okay. What about is it Daniela? What about what do you think I could have done better with the way I just read that?
You also sounded a little bit hesitant when you were reading, kind of paused a little bit in between words.
Yes. So what we want to do is kind of have it flow because we're going to the kids that are going to be watching this story and listening to this story. You want to sound like you're into the story, right? You want to kind of almost like acting. Have anybody here ever acted in a play or anything like that? Anybody done any acting? Okay. We got some adults with some acting skills in here. Okay, so this is pretty much acting, okay? And but we don't see your voice. So the final video is just going to be pictures of the page that you're reading, and you're going to hear your voice, and then we're going to put music behind it. And I'm working on music right now with some of the older kids, and we're going to be able to incorporate some of the music that we do with some of the other groups that I'm working with the link leaders, and we're kind of creating music. And hopefully, at the end of this, is all going to come together. All right, so I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna read it the way you probably should read it. Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Okay, so can somebody tell me what is the difference between that one and the first one that I said? I'm gonna pick Sydney.
The first
You want me? Okay, go ahead.
The first one was like,
Want me to do it again?
yes.
Okay, here's the first one. The first one was, once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Second one was, once upon a time, there's a giraffe named Ginger. What's the difference between those two? Delivery. And how I said it. What do you feel like the difference was between the two? I don't know if she's still with me. Anybody else?
She
Let's
may be
go.
typing her response in the chat.
Okay. Keep forgetting about this chat thing. Okay, gotcha. All right. And Skylar, are you with us, Skylar? Okay. And,
Skylar responded yes in the chat.
Okay, good.
She's here.
Cool. It's easier for her to do that. Okay, all good. All right, Skylar, what is it was the first one versus the second one? What do you feel like the second one? How do you feel like it was different? Give me one word that described my second delivery. One word. This is to Skylar. Now, as she's coming up with that, I want to actually try to record what I just did. And I'm going to pretty much walk you through an example of kind of like pretty much an example of what it is we're accomplishing here and how this is going to flow. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to hear back what I record. Okay. So here we go. Sorry, guys. Well, let's just start with the first line. And in 1 second, somebody from staff. I'm sorry, I forgot almost I sent in the book, but I want to be able to share the page, and spoke with DJ Nash. Well, DJ Nash, I just saw your email, so I didn't get a chance to, but I sent it to TK, and it's a giraffe book, and I just wanted to kind of open up that book.
Yeah, if you want to try and share your screen, you should have presenter privileges right now, Mr. Carriz.
Okay.
But if you're having trouble, just let me know and I can open it up for you.
Okay. I see it right here. All right. Cool. Boom, boom, boom.
There was a student in the chat who'd like to share the difference between the two deliveries.
Okay, who was that?
Sophia, would you like to share?
Yes, please. That's what I'm listening, waiting for.
Second time he read the sentence, he was engaged in it.
Yes. I love your adjectives. I love your choice of words. It's a perfect choice of words. It's engaged. If you're entertaining, if we're reading this, if I don't know if you guys have any little brothers or sisters, but when they're young, between like kindergarten and like second grade or first grade, you have to really enunciate and really you have to say your words in a way that sounds interesting and engaging to them. So that was a perfect word for describing that. All right, so let me pull up this here. 1 second. Okay, share again. I'm gonna try this one more time. Share. Okay. DJ Nash, is this visible?
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, you see how I said long neck? What did I do with that? Anybody? What did I do with that? He has a long. Anybody can jump. I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to see the names here.
Mr. Carriz, could you read it back one more time? I think you cut out during that sentence.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs. Okay? So when I said the words long, how did I change that word? And I want somebody to kind of respond to that. And here, see it, Kennedy. You said it slower. Yeah, I said it slower. So it's like, it's kind of dragging it and kind of making it longer because it's the word long and it kind of brings the person more into the story, right? So let me see if I can record. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to record it. And here we go. It's recording right now. And I'm going to say my first line, which is, once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs. Okay. This is the part I've been giving me problems lately. Early this morning, this playback. Okay. Boom. All right. Still giving me issues. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to try to read this together and start with. Anybody want to start? Anybody want to start with the first? Take it all the way to the line that says Africa. And right now we're just practicing, you guys. I'm just really trying to get a feel. Have you guys understand enunciation, delivery, and things like that. And then once we practice and we get this, we are confident, then we do what we say, we go to the studio, right? So the studio part normally comes into play once you're comfortable with the delivery of what we're doing, right? So I'm hoping that next class will be strong enough to actually start that class with just going right in and recording our first page and maybe even go on and maybe get to like page 3 or 4. So right now, I'm just looking for a volunteer to read the first sentence. Do I need to call on someone?
I don't mind
All right.
going if the student doesn't. Kennedy, are you going to go?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, baby.
Okay. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
You were breaking up, but this is what I heard. It was kind of dry.
Can you read it again for me?
In what way?
Just read the first sentence.
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger.
Okay. Now take it to the second sentence.
Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa.
All right. Next sentence.
Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Okay. Now we're going to go back and we're going to get a little bit more exciting in the second time around. Okay. Mainly when we start describing Ginger's, what we want to say, physical attributes, which is what the way Ginger looks. Give me that 1, 2, second sentence again. And yes, Marcella, right. That was a great job. That definitely really clean. And you were loud. I understood every word, and you spoke slowly, but you didn't speak too slow that you're boring me to death, right? So those are all good points. But now I just want to kind of get the excitement up a little bit more, right? So let's take it back to the second sentence. I want you to do the second sentence again.
Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Okay, so we're going to do, like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs. Try that.
Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Try it again.
Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
See that, y'all? If we get a hand clap. That's what I'm talking about. So that was really, really good. Let's go to someone else for the second sentence. I'm going to read it first while you guys decide who is going to do it. And as you notice, every time she reads it, she gets better and better and better. Our goal is to get it to a point that we can knock this out like in 2 takes maximum. And then I'll record you guys once we all get a flow and we understand whose line is what. And I have my note here on the computer so we're going to determine next class. We'll have a whole script of who's going to be reading what. All right. So right now I need somebody else to sing, not sing. I'm so used to being in singing studio, not sing, but read the next line, which is, because she was so tall, she was able to eat food because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very top of the trees in the savannah. So right now we're talking about another physical attribute. What we're talking about is the tree and how the tree is so tall, right? And we want to make sure that, yeah, we see the picture, we see that it is a tall tree, but we want to make sure that our voice is also speaking to that tall tree. So right now, I want somebody to say the second line, which is, because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in savannah. I want to say, because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah, right? So that right there is the sentence I need read from anybody. Somebody jump on in. Let's see.
I'll read it.
Okay, let's go.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah.
I like that. See, what she just did is she took us through ups and downs and everything. That one sentence, it was so much, right? Now, normally, what you want to do is be consistent with that kind of energy throughout the reading, right? So we got to make sure everybody who contributes their voice, we can make it all very exciting. So now, who was the first person that read?
It was Kennedy, but Amber has her hand up.
Oh, Miss Emma. Okay, Miss Emma, you want to?
I had a question to see. No, I didn't necessarily want to read it, but I wanted to see if how this would change Miss Kirsten's reading. If she had changed the very tops word to be in the top register of her voice, so that it was she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah. I just want to hear how that would sound with Miss Kirsten doing it.
Let's do it. I love it.
All right, Miss Amber, thanks for the challenge. Let's see if I can live up to it. Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the tree in the savannah. My voice cracked.
All right, that was good, y'all. That was good. So now I think Kennedy was first. Kennedy, are you still here with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do this together, y'all. So we're going to start with Kennedy, all right, and then we're going to do the second sentence, and with Miss who was that? Because I can't see.
Kirsten, it's okay. Miss Kirsten.
Kirsten, okay. So right now we got two people. This is an example of what it's going to be like when we record. All right, and we're going to try to go straight through these first three sentences. We're starting with Kennedy. All right, you ready, Kennedy?
How many you want me to read?
You're going to take it all the way to long legs. So you're going to go from once upon a time, and you're going to end the sentence at long legs.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the tree in the savannah.
Oh my God, this is flowing so good. All right, I'm gonna try not to be just. I'm like star-studded. I'm like in shock. I'm like, wow, this is coming out really good, y'all. All right, so let's get to the third. The next line, which is, the savannah in Africa is in an area with lots of grass, and I'm gonna read it very regular, you guys. I'm not gonna read it with the excitement right now. I like the input of us figuring out how can we make it exciting together. All right, so the savannah in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees. So let's get this a crack of saying it again, but say it more exciting. And let's talk about what words we can bend and go up and go down and things like that, right? So who we have next? Anybody? How do we, is it Marcelo? Marcelo, let's go, man. Let's do it.
Okay, I can go. Okay.
Let's do it.
The savannah in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees.
Okay. What can he do with that? Is there anything, you hear anything in there he can do, or should we just leave it? What do you guys think?
Read it again. Read it again.
Okay. The savannah in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees.
I actually hear a difference between the second one and the first one already.
Will you come back like this and break them?
But you got juice downstairs, a whole bunch of them.
Okay, so let's take it, Marcelo. Let's go to this. Let's go to the second. That second line is a very short line. Let's do this.
Okay. Sometimes a savannah is called grassland.
Great. Okay. So I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna give you my, I'm gonna give you my recap of what you just read. So the part where they're describing the grass at, it's an area with lots of grass and some. I mean, like without even looking at the picture, it's like, wow, he's really serious about this being a whole lot of grass. So with that advice, I want you to read that line again and tell me, and let's see how it sounds.
Read the last line or the first line I just read?
The first line, the savannah in Africa line.
Okay. The savannah in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees.
Ah, okay. This is Say the sentence after that that says, sometimes a savanna is called grasslands.
Sometimes a savanna is called grassland.
Perfect. So let's do this again. We're going to go. Curtin and Marcella. Let's hear it all together. Are we ready? Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah.
The savanna in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees. Sometimes a savanna is called grassland.
Wow. Good, good, good. Okay. We're almost done, y'all, with this first page. In next class, we're going to record it. So that's going to be we're getting there, and actually you guys are excelling way beyond any kind of expectation, because this is hard to do. Even for me, sometimes when I do voiceovers, I have 20 takes for the one sentence, because I might say a word the wrong way, and so it's difficult, especially when you start to record. It's like you're hearing yourself back, and you become you get to hear yourself, so it's easier for you to make adjustments the second time you do it. But it still is like a nervous feeling hearing your own voice recorded. So let's go to the next line. It says, the other animals, like zebras and antelopes, cannot reach where Ginger could reach, but Ginger always found food. All right, there's a couple of good parts in here that I think we can play with. We're going to start this sentence with the animals, with the other animals, and end it with the last sentence that says always found food. Who do we vote for this time?
Asmi's reading voice gives me butterflies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Asmi.
Please.
Prayer hands, prayer emoji.
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck because she was tall. She was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah. The savannah is an area with lots of grass and some trees. Sometimes a savannah is called a grassland, and other animals like zebra and antelopes could not reach where Ginger could reach, but Ginger always found food. She loved the leaves and the new buds on the trees.
Wow. That was amazing. I didn't expect for her to do the whole page. So what you're telling me, Asmi, is that we might have Asmi end up doing an entire page. I mean, that's possible. We can really be flexible with how we do these recordings. Okay, so if somebody wants to do a whole page, I'm all open for that. Asmi's reading voice is really fluid. It's like, she just goes through it. So what I want to do, Asmi, I call this a cipher. In music language, we call it a cipher. And that's when somebody starts their piece or their poetry or whatever, and they kind of go in a circle, and they kind of like, the first person goes, second person goes, third person goes, fourth person goes, and then it goes back around to the first person, and it does that. So we're going to build up that system of a cipher. But right now, we're just going to focus on the first four. All right. So we're going to take it back to Kennedy, Marcelo, Miss Kirsten, and then Asmi. All right. I think I messed up the order, but you guys know the order. So let's try that again, and let's do the whole page, y'all. And remember, Asmi, you're going to start at the other animals like zebras. You want to start at that line. All right. Let's take it from the top one more time, and let's get through the whole page.
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all the giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah.
The savanna in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees. Sometimes a savanna is called grassland.
Didn't ask me.
Because she was so tall, she was able to eat.
It's the part that says, so grasslands, right? So we have,
Yeah.
you're supposed to start where the other animals. So the other animals, that part right there.
Okay, the other animals like zebras and antelopes could not reach where Ginger could reach. But Ginger always found food. She left the leaves and the new buds of the trees.
Okay, so we got to get this through one more time, straight through, without any kind of mess ups. That's our goal, is to get through the whole page, one straight read, and then, we can try to bring this to an end for the day. But let's do it. Let's try it again, y'all. As me, remember, you're going to come in right after Marcelo. And after he says sometimes a savanna is called grasslands, then you come in. So if we can mute her until Marcelo comes in, that'd be great. Until after Marcelo comes, that'd be great. So let's take it to the top again, all the way to the beginning, starting now. I'm ready when you are.
So then we are going to look at panda bears. Very special type of bear. So what do we know about panda bears? Well, we just said that we do that.
That's some. Okay. We'll start at the beginning. I think the first person was Kennedy, right?
Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ginger. Ginger lived in Kenya, a country in Africa. Like all giraffes, Ginger had a long neck and long legs.
Because she was so tall, she was able to eat food from the very tops of the trees in the savannah.
The savanna in Africa is an area with lots of grass and some trees. Sometimes a savanna is called grassland.
The other animals like zebras and antelopes could not reach where Ginger could reach, but Ginger always found food. She loved the leaves and the new buds of the trees.
Fantastic. All right, so this is gonna be awesome, you guys. So I'm going to just recap. I know we got to end it, but so when we next class, same group. Remember your order. I got your order written down over here as well. But we want to stick to the same group for this page. So those who did not go on this page, just be ready, because the next page we're going to probably want some new people to contribute towards the next page. And we are recording next week, y'all. And then once we get done with this, we'll start to add the music to it. And I think it's going to be a great project. I'm very excited. I want to say shout out to everybody who worked with me today. You guys did an amazing job. I cannot wait until we actually record this. And and practice. When you're speaking to people, also help you in experiences in life and communicating with people in life.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chris. I appreciate you. I will say though that your audio was going in and out as well as your video, so I don't know if that's going to affect you with recording. Could you hear us clearly?
Yeah, I could hear everything super clear, so I don't know why that's. I can hear you guys and see you guys super clear. So I don't know what's happening on the other side, but we'll get to the bottom of it. You know, eventually I might have to run a hardline Ethernet cable. I don't know, but you know, we'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank
Everybody
you.
wave to Mr. Chris. See you next week. Well, you're welcome to stay with us and learn about more animals, but see you. All right. What's up,
Can
Asmi?
I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is there class on Friday because of the holiday?
No, we don't have class tomorrow, sweetheart. Thank you for asking that question.
Okay.
All right, see you, Mr. Chris. All right, how are we feeling? Do we need a stretch break before we go into our animal study, or are we good? Give me a S in the chat box for stretch, or the letter, I don't know. A, thank you, Miss Juliana. A for animal study. All right. I can go either way. All right, A's win. So we're gonna go right into animal study, Mr. DJ. All right. I'm not gonna get started until you all sing that song with me, okay? We're in Africa. What do you say? Thank you. I think Aaliyah texting it. Thank you.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to my friend Tommy in the chat. All through our enrichment, he was having some technology problems, man. We were struggling, but he persevered and he's back with us. So thank you for staying on, Tommy. Thank you for fighting, buddy.
Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to learn about our last African animal before we transition to another continent, maybe next week. And today we're going to talk about lions.
You said it, lions.
A lion? All right, let's just call it a lion. Let's talk about lions this afternoon. All right, before we begin to learn about pets, what do you already know about the lions?
They are aggressive. And they're a part of the cat family.
Yes, very aggressive. They are a part of the cat family.
They live in the savannah?
Yes, good. What else? Come on, give me some more facts.
They're the kings of the jungle.
Yep, they are the kings of the jungle. They are protected. Thank you, Miss Oriana. The females hunt. Good. All right, cool. So this is just like a review session for us.
I have a question though. It's about the big cat family, but not exactly the lion.
Okay, ask your question and hopefully I'll be able to answer it.
So, is the big cat family going extinct like white tigers and black panthers?
Animals in the cat family are going extinct, yes.
Like what animals?
That I'm not sure of. Does anyone know? Which of the animals?
The only two I really know is the black panther and the white tiger.
Leopards are not doing well. Bengal tigers are on their only about 1,000 left, I think. There's an island in India that I think the last community of them live on. They need a lot of room, and they need a lot of. You know what? You're going to talk about that a lot. But yeah, many wild cats like the lynx up in Canada. They have a hard time dealing with human society. So yeah, it's not great for them right now.
Thank you, Mr. Topher. I will be honest with y'all. I am not a fan of animals. I have just like with this animal study. Mr. Topher, I know it's surprising, but I have a fear of most animals, and even like something as simple as a cat or a dog. So I didn't really gravitate towards animals, but I am learning more about animals. So any knowledge that you all have about animals, please share them with me. So yeah.
I don't really like cats or dogs. They freak me out.
Okay, Kennedy, I thought I was the only one. Thank you, sis. All right,
when I see a cat walk towards me, I just run.
Yeah, I don't like cats. I mean, I hope it's safe to say that I don't like cats either. I I like humans. All right, cool. Let's learn some facts, and I'm actually going to ask for some of you to help me read today. I am all out of water, and my voice, I'm very dry. My mouth is dry. So let's go to the next slide, Mr. DJ. And oh, sorry. Yep, there you are. I'll start off, but I would love for someone to help me out. Okay. Lions are the second largest big cat species in the world. The average male lion weighs about 400 pounds, while the average female lion weighs around 290 pounds. So when you think about 400 pounds, think about 320 basketballs.
Miss Kirsten.
What's up, Kennedy?
So I just found out they're way bigger than me because I'm only 65 pounds.
Yes, girl, they're much larger than you. Good. The heaviest lion on record weighed an amazing 826 pounds. Lions can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, but only in short bursts because of lack of stamina. So what that means is, although they're able to run very fast, they can't run very long because they don't have the stamina. And stamina just means a period of time, being able to do something over a period of time. The roar of the lion can be heard from 5 miles away. I thought that was very interesting. And most animals found in the wild live in southern and eastern parts of Africa. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat box, but I know that there's a lot of comments being made. Miss Juliana, do you mind helping me out? Okay.
We were just commenting that one male lion, Miss Amber pointed out, is actually 6 Kennedys. So Kennedy's correct.
Thank you, Miss Amber. All right, cool. Next slide.
Oh.
Anyone want to read this? What do they eat?
They eat meat. They're herbivores, I think. Herbivores.
No, well, can someone read it? They eat meat. They're not herbivores. Thank you, Miss Daniela. I appreciate you.
Lions usually hunt at night. Their prey includes antelopes, buffaloes, zebras, young elephants, rhinos, hippos, wild dogs, crocodiles, and giraffes. But they also sometimes eat smaller prey like mice, birds, hares, lizards, and tortoises.
Tortoises. Good job. Good. Thank you.
But can't a wild dog kill them? Because isn't that practically a hyena?
Well, looking at what you just read, hyena up there? I thought hyena was up there. I guess not.
Oh, wild hogs.
Yes, wild hogs. But I'm pretty sure that they can probably eat a wild dog as well. Mr. Topher has a question that he wants to pose to the group. Go ahead, Mr. Topher.
Oh, well, it was just, does that make them omnivores, herbivores, or carnivores? And it looks like Asmi threw in an answer that they are carnivores, which is correct. They don't eat plants and meat, they just eat meat.
Thank you. Good job. All right.
I learned this thing at my school that if plants were gone, you wouldn't be able to survive because carnivores they eat plants, so then they will die, but herbivores eat the carnivores, so then they won't have nothing to eat, so they would die, and we won't have nothing to eat, so we would die.
If I understood you correctly, I think you had it the other way around.
I really don't know which one is a carnivore or herbivore.
So Asmi just shared. Asmi, can you share a little bit more about carnivores? What do they eat?
Okay, carnivores are the animals that eat meat or the animals that eat plants. Herbivores are the animals that eat plants. And an omnivore eats plants and meat.
Good job, Asmi. Thank you so much. Good. Did you want to share anything else, Mr. Topher?
Oh, no, I was just talking.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, good. All right, thank you. You understand now, Kennedy?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, cool. All right, let's move right along. Can I have another volunteer, please?
Me.
I don't know who said me, but once Mr. DJ goes to the next slide, you can go right ahead.
Where do they live? African lions are mostly found in sub-Saharan Africa. Saharan Africa. They used to be found all over Africa, but now they have mostly disappeared from North Africa and are at risk of extinction in West Africa. Lions live in savannas and grasslands, where areas where plenty of water can be found.
Good. Excellent. Thank you so much, Kennedy. Yep. So just like I believe as me mentioned, they live in the savannas and they would like to have water to be able to drink it. So they want to find places where there are plenty of water, where there is plenty of water for them to drink. All right. I want to be able to get into our activity, but I think we're going to run out of time. Can I have another volunteer read the first bullet or the first paragraph? What about Kalia? Can you help us out?
Can I?
Sure, go ahead, Kennedy.
Males are primarily responsible for the security of their pride. While they will participate in hunting, they spend much of their time on security patrols.
There you go.
They will defend their pride's territory, which can cover up to 100 square miles. Females are primarily responsible for hunting, which typically occurs after dark. They are also the primary caregivers for lion cubs. The eating hierarchy
good
is males first, followed by females and then cubs. Male lions are easy to recognize thanks to their distinctive manes. Males with darker manes are more likely to attract female lions. Lionesses are better hunters than males and do most of the hunting for a pride.
Excellent job, Kennedy. Way to go with those challenging words and not giving up, and you persevered and pronounced them correctly. Thank you so much. All right. We don't have time to watch the video, but if you can, please, Mr. DJ, put the video in our chat. It's really interesting. It has a bunch of more facts about lions. Some that you may not know. And we're going to go on to our daily wrap. There's also an activity at the end too that I hope we had a chance to get to. But let's go into our daily wrap while Mr. DJ is putting the link in the chat. I believe the first question was, what was the most challenging thing that you had to do this week? What was the most challenging about this week? It doesn't have to be about Link Summer. Just what was something that you found challenging this week?
Reading the words that are here today. And it says name 3 verbs that describe our day. Caring.
So verbs. Anyone know what a verb is?
It's something that describes an action.
Not quite. Adjectives describe. What do verbs do?
Show.
Yep. Verbs are action words. So think of 3 action words, things that you can do that show that describes our day.
Run, sing, write.
Okay. Did we do a little bit of running?
Well,
with the little, with the exercises. You all heard Miss Kirsten sing. And what was your last one?
Right.
Right. I did a little bit of writing. All right. One thing that you're looking forward to this weekend. Thank you, Kennedy.
One thing I'm looking forward to this weekend is for them to find a cure to coronavirus so we could go back to summer camp on Monday.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. Find it this weekend. All right. Would anyone like to share one or all three of our talking points? I have another volunteer. Thank you, Miss Juliana.
I thought waking up early for camp was challenging this week. I haven't been waking up that early up until now, so I've been sleepy in the afternoons because I'm not used to it.
Yep, thank you. I can agree with you. I have been chillaxing these past couple of weeks, so waking up early and starting to get into a new routine has been a little bit challenging, but hopefully next week we'll be good and rested and ready. I know one thing that I'm looking forward to this weekend is my birthday. My birthday is on Sunday. I turn 21. Just joking. What? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But my birthday is Sunday, and I am turning 27, and I'm excited. I'm going to just chill and hang out with my family and friends while we socially distant. 21, I didn't know you were older than me. All right, anyone else want to share? There is a holiday coming up on Saturday. Anybody know what holiday?
Juneteenth.
Not Juneteenth. We
That
just
just happened, but that
Juneteenth,
was yeah.
4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Today is July 2nd.
The other Independence Day.
Maybe she's recognizing it as Juneteenth again. Juneteenth part 2. Yes. I love it. I love it. All right. What anyone like? Go ahead, Mrs. Hooper.
Yeah, something that I found challenging this week was the feeling of trying to recreate camp with y'all and be on a screen all day long and acknowledging how difficult it is to try to hold on to what we love about camp and the fun and the interesting activities and crafts while also evolving it and moving it into something that is something that y'all like and enjoy while we're on camera. I really love this challenge because it's really important to keep ourselves active during the summer. So if anybody's feeling like this is really difficult to keep up with, I want to know we're right there with you, and we are doing our best to make this the best kind of summer camp we can in this really strange time we're in.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sosa.
There's a regular summer camp.
Say it again, Tommy. Was that Tommy?
Is that Kalia?
Better than regular summer camp.
Thank
because
you.
I can see because I have to see all the teachers and things.
I have to agree with you. I also think that this is cool. Going into it, I was a little nervous and unsure of what it would look like, but I also think that this program is really cool, and I look forward to spending the next couple of weeks with you all, learning about animals, cooking, doing exercises, singing, dancing, writing, and all the other fun things that we're going to do for the rest of this summer program. It is now 2:56. I have two quick announcements. The first announcement is that we're not having live session tomorrow, so do not log on. We won't be here with you all. So take the day off. There are some fun activities that you received in your supply bag that have activities for you to participate in with your families over the weekend. And then your second supply bag is available for pickup today from 5 until 7, okay? From 5 until 7. So please make sure that you pick up your materials so that you are ready for all the activities that we are doing next week. All right? Are there any questions, concerns, or any other announcements that we want to make before we go?
Or shout outs.
Or shout outs. Thank you, Mr. Topher.
Looking forward to getting my V-Bucks or my Robux.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Kalia. Thank you. I want to shout out each and every one of you for coming every day, for staying with us, for participating. I appreciate every one of you because if you weren't here, it'll just be a bunch of adults looking at each other, cooking and teaching each other about animals and other things. So thank you all, and encourage other of your friends, if you happen to see them, encourage them to come. We want to have more faces to look at. All right. On that
Yeah, and you
note,
can share those dance moves, and we can all have that dance part, and we can all like, oh, we know how to, be so much better as a bigger group,
Yep, I agree. I agree. All right. On that note, I am going to end our program, and I'll see you all after a restful weekend. See you all. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Great rest
Stay
of the
safe.
day.
Love all of you. See ya.
Peace and love.